course, everyone's talking about the Israeli Prime Minister in India. You know what else has become a big talking point? The duration of this visit. 6 days is a long time for a head of state to visit another country by any stretch of the imagination. This is also one of Netanyahu's longest. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu visited 15 countries last year in 2017. The longest visit he made was to Australia. That was for 5 days. Russia, Hungary, Greece and Singapore were the other countries that he visited. Those were short 2-day visits, while Liberia, Kenya and China were single-day whirlwind trips. So what's the point we're trying to make here? The point is this, or the question rather, why does Netanyahu attach so much significance to India that he's spending 6 days here? It's worth dwelling on some figures now. Between 2012 and 2016, India accounted for some 41% of Israel's arms exports. India is Israel's biggest market. And for India, Israel is the third biggest arms supplier. So when India cancelled a $500 million order to buy some 8,000 Spike anti-tank guided missiles, Israel was not too happy, understandably. Netanyahu needs the Indian defense market, and for that, he's willing to invest both time and effort. Now let's look at the trade deals between the two countries. Israel wants a free trade agreement with India. Bilateral trade is not very high, $4.3 billion at the moment. Foreign direct investment from Israel to India rests at $87 million between April 2000 and June 2015. That's, I said, not a lot, admittedly. India is Israel's third largest trading partner in Asia behind China and Hong Kong. But India is a country of 1.32 billion people with a ballooning middle class, growing more prosperous every day with a buying potential. And the potential of this market is immense, and that fact is not lost on the Prime Minister of Israel. Coming back to the 6-day break from Israel, it's ironic that a recent paper in the Israel Democracy Institute had this to say about their own Prime Minister. And I'm quoting, "The Prime Minister of the State of Israel is one of the busiest world leaders. When he spends time on and preparing for police interrogations, clearly his capacity to give his full attention to the affairs of the state is impaired." What were they talking about? Netanyahu's position at home is dwindling. He's implicated in several investigations. He's accused of having illegally received gifts. He's suspected of having negotiated a deal with a newspaper magnate in exchange for favorable coverage. His aides are under probe in a corruption scandal concerning the purchase of submarines from Germany. So perhaps a long trip to India also gives him a break from his domestic, political and legal troubles.